Wow. That was a ball game, huh? The Yankees break our hearts again, and I don't know what to do. This team is making up ways to lose. And welcome to the New York Minute Live broadcast. By the way, I'm going to be breaking down Aaron Boone's press conference interview after the game. And I'm also going to be breaking down all the highlights from tonight's wild Yankees and Toronto Blue Jays game, because I don't know about you guys, I'm on an emotional roller coaster, and I need the New York Yankees to pay for my therapy bills. But let's get to the videotape right here. We got Aaron Boone with the press conference.
Is it to not walk out of here with a win and drop your third straight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously don't want to never fun losing 3 in a row, especially to a division opponent. But our guys competed their ass off and battled and, never got down or deflated no matter what we're going through right now, and just put up really good at bats against a really good pitcher, got him out of there and worked our way back into it. And, they finished it off tonight, but no, pleased with the effort, and hopefully that's something that can springboard us a little bit, going into tomorrow and the rest of the week.
You brought Williams in there in the 8th inning. He struck out the first batter he faced, but then he walked 2, 1 intentional. Just what overall were you seeing in that inning from Williams?
Yeah, I mean, gets the punch out, and then, Springer works the walk against him, and then, once he stole second, I was just, kind of a tough call there with, Vladdy or Alejandro, who's swinging great too, obviously. But I just figured maybe keep the, take one of them out of play, and maybe.
I mean, what is this guy supposed to say? Imagine you have a bad month at work and everybody's got a microphone in your face and a camera in your face. I mean, what is this guy supposed to say? This team is inventing ways to lose, and this guy looks completely demoralized. It looks like Aaron Boone is chewing on the bill of his hat. And I don't know if he's walking into the tunnel and doing that between innings, but I'm getting close to the edge myself. Let me know what you guys in the comment section. The boy John Doe, what's going on in the comment section? Yeah, I'm starting to get anxious. Yeah, so am I. Yankee Maniac, what's going on, buddy? It's not Boone's fault. West Coast Dave Prince. Yeah, West Coast Dave Prince, you seem like you're in a sleeper cell from an LA Dodgers fan, so I don't know how valid that comment is. But back to the Aaron Boone press conference.
Maybe get a ball on the ground too. Gets a sac fly in the wild pitch. So, not much off. Just a couple things not going our way there.
Aaron, what did you see from Will tonight?
From what?
Will.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone back to look at a lot of the pitches, obviously, in that first inning, which was a grind, but, they got after him pretty good there. A couple walks in the inning don't help them.
Ray, yes, Williams did revert to his early season from under pressure again. Exactly, bro. This team crumbles when pressure is on them. If you look at the Dodgers series that they had, the big series like that, they crumbled. They got them annihilated. Every time Volpe comes out in a big spot or has to make a big play in the field, he blows it. Every time Williams has to come in under pressure, and when a game that we needed, a division game tonight, what does Williams do? He blows it. This is almost in their DNA, bro. Williams did this against the postseason, against the Mets last year, and this is what's happening to the New York Yankees right now.
But they were able to really sting some balls. So just in the center of a plate, with some pitches, he's been so good with swing and miss. And this is a team that's hurt, doesn't swing and miss a lot. And they were able to make some really good contact on some mistakes in that first inning.
Was there any consideration of walking Barger there in the ninth?
A little, but with a guy as decorated as he is and as good as he is, with the base open there, I like him going after. I'm not going to get in the intentional walk game a bunch with my elite guys back there. So, no.
When Judge hits that one to tie it, did it kind of just feel like you guys we're going to come all the way back to win that one?
Yeah, I mean, it felt that way before, frankly. But just really good at bats all night, especially, obviously, especially Judge, the last few days. I feel like,
hilarious Empire, Lion State.
Really just at-bat quality been there. But up and down the lineup tonight.
Yeah, Kirk always destroys the New York Yankees, man. All 5'3" of them. That fire hydrant of a catcher is unbelievable, man. Yeah. So the Yankees, I don't know about you guys, man. It felt like it was 3 different days watching this game. The beginning 7-0 because I had posted on the Instagram is that I went downstairs to put my clothes in the dryer and I come back up and it's 7-0. And you know what? Like when you do that, not only how the Yankees have been playing so terribly, we all know that. And then I have an affinity for Will Warren. I have a soft spot for this guy because I think he really is the future of the Yankees. And you are going to get these little wart games that pop up. And he had one against the Dodgers in a big spot, just like I said about Volpe. So let's put Warren on the big spot alert also. Carlos Rodon's a big spot award. Aaron Judge is questionable in the playoffs. So we have question marks all over the place as the New York Yankees. And let me just read some of the quotes and the comments coming in. Yankees Maniac, why is it that Kirk always destroys us? Listen, guys, he always owns us. There's always one guy that's going to own us in the division that we really that isn't really good in the eyes of the rest of the league, but he's always good against us. Yeah. So this has been a terrible month for the New York Yankees, and there's no way to sugarcoat this. And there's one way to go through this. There's one way to go through it. Let's go through the highlights of the game, shall we? And I'm going to be stopping and taking your comments in the chat. Ask any questions you guys want about the Yankees. Ask anything that you guys want to know about the Instagram channel. Anything about that beef about Jazz Chisholm or anything. Any questions about the Knicks head coach. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm here to talk about in the post-game wrap-up. So let's get into some of these Yankees highlights. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. Go.
So Ben Rice, 0 for his last 14. He's ready. Barrios is ready, and let's do it in Toronto. First pitch of strike. We're underway. High fly ball, left field. Schneider back. He's on the track, and he makes the play and deals the payoff. Popped up. Jimenez makes the play. Swung to right field. That is going to be trouble, and it goes to the wall.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to point out about what was the problem with Warren tonight. They said it that the pitching coach was coming out. Warren has a problem of not establishing his fastball, and for what reason, I have no idea. The guy's got movement on his fastball. He throws it around 95, 96, but the way with the movement on it, it moves up to about 97 or 98. But what happens to him is that he starts falling in love with his breaking balls. Now you're going to start falling into problems with Ben Rice. We need Ben Rice in the lineup because of his bat, and Wells is hurt. So you're not going to get the defensive prowess behind the plate or the same game being called behind the plate by Ben Rice. So hopefully that game's being called by the bullpen and by the manager, but I don't know. And we saw Ben Rice miss that airbender pitch that cost the Yankees big time in tonight's ball game. So I think Warren came out. He was a little nervous, big game. And also, man, with the pressures going on, when you guys have been playing that bad for that long, for that many months, and you are a rookie, a lot has been thrown on this kid's plate. Will Warren was not supposed to be starting the part of this rotation in the beginning of the year. Garrett Cole should have been here. Luis Heel should have been here. Will Warren technically should be still in AAA, and he leads the rookies in strikeouts and then also leads Major League Baseball in strikes thrown. So Will Warren checks all the boxes for his future and for the stuff that he does have. But tonight, yo, man, it's going to happen with rookie pitchers. Some nights you're just going to have it. Some nights you're not going to have it. Also, what you need to take in consideration for young pitchers is that they haven't done this length of a season before. They've never put in a full season. Look at Luis Heel. He was an all-star in the first half of the season last year, and then he hit a wall, and then he started reaching his innings limit because they didn't want to risk him getting hurt. So, yeah, back to the highlights.
Jimenez scores. Springer scores. And Kirk goes to second with a 2 RBI double or a single and going to second. That's why it'd be unusual if he gets a double, but he gets 2 ribbies nonetheless.
Pablo,
Barger
thanks
hits
for
one
joining.
deep to center field. Bellinger
Justin, thanks for joining.
drops.
Electrician Paris,
See
thanks for
ya.
joining.
A
Daddy Dickens
three-run
coin,
home run.
thank you.
And the Blue Jays jumping all over the Yankees.
Let's read
They
some of the
lead.
comments real quick. And remember, guys, this is like my third live broadcast, so I'm just trying to work out some of the bugs and stuff like that, but I think I'm starting to get a hang of it. On a positive note, Judge looks like he is back to his usual great self. Ben Rice has also had more well-hit balls caught. Exactly, Ray. Ray, you bring up a great point, is because right now Aaron Judge, Jason Dominguez, and Ben Rice are starting to go right. And that's another thing that Aaron Boone gets his balls busted about, is that he talks about when guys are going right. So there's such things called as loud outs, okay? Juan Soto had led the league in most unlucky outs in Major League Baseball this year, and you see what he's doing right now. So what happens is, I think all these guys went into a slump at the same time. You had Goldschmidt. I mean, and with the rocket hot start that these guys had, you know, what goes up must come down. And also, you're starting to see that across town also with the Mets. The Mets started off the season guns blazing with the best pitching staff in baseball. Now it's the worst. Look at the Yankees. They started off guns blazing, number one scoring team next to the Cubs in Major League Baseball. Now what's happening? Now they're suffering for wins. Okay? So I really know and exactly see what's going on. That's why you can't look at the win-loss column with these guys. You can't look at stats from 3 weeks ago. You need to look at right now. And if you're watching every night like us and a lot of the followers on New York Minute, that's NEWYRKMIN, that's New York Minute Sports, all my New York Minute Sports nuts that follow me, these guys are involved every single game, and they're watching every single pitch just like I am, and you can tell where this team is going. Tonight was a little bit of a bright spot. Tonight was a little bit of a bright spot because you saw a glimmer of hope. Even when they were down 7 runs, they did make it a reasonable game. And the Yankees before that point, well, now still, when they get down by 3 runs or more on the road, they're 0-20 this year. Okay, so that you have to flip the script on that. But I don't know if that's a DNA thing, if that's a makeup thing, if that's an attitude thing or a leadership thing. But let's get back to the highlights here.
5-0. High drive, left center field. See ya. A 2-run home run for Snyder, and they are all over Will Warren. 7-0.
Well, you know the game's pretty bad when you go down by a touchdown in baseball. Yeah, Canadian football, folks. And this was a rough one. This is when I came back up from taking my clothes out of the dryer, and I saw that my game... You know, like, I feel bad for the guys that, you know, they're swinging a hammer on a job site or they're in a cubicle and, you know, they got their beers ready in the fridge and they're like, they know that they got that 7:05 Yankees Blue Jay game, divisional game. Yankees have been struggling. Tonight's the night that they're going to come back out and boom, we get our dicks knocked in the dirt right off the bat. And, I mean, there was just, that's baseball, Susan. But the Yankees did make it a close game.
High fly ball left field. And Volpe pops it up. Coming on Barger, and he'll put it away for the final out.
We got to talk about Anthony Volpe. Anthony Volpe, another big hit into a double play tonight to kill the rally. Now, everyone keeps telling me in the comments, and everyone keeps asking me, why aren't they getting rid of Volpe? What are they doing? You can't get rid of Volpe. You can't send him back down to AAA because you have nobody to replace him. Even though Volpe is questionable and suspect and his hitting is streaky at best and he's a bill of goods and he's not what they said that he was going to be, he's the only thing we got. Okay, until they make a move, they can't do anything. And that's why I get so pissed, and I'm going to say it like a mental patient until I'm blue in the face, is that Gleyber Torres should still be on this team. If Gleyber Torres was still on this team, a lot of questions would be answered because we'd have a right-handed bat and we'd have a second baseman, so we could play Jazz at third. And DJ, I have 2 left feet. LeMahieu wouldn't have to play second base because he shouldn't even be playing. Giancarlo Stanton got off the mat tonight. That was nice to see. That finally he hit his first home run. He had his first home run since October of 2024 because you know what happens with Big G is they don't send him down to Tampa. They just let him get his reps in during regular games, which is kind of wild. They've been doing it for a couple of years. Let me go to the comments here. We need to tighten up our defense. Absolutely. Why you come back from a huge lead, losses like this are demoralizing. See, but Yankees Maniac, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit there. I think that they can actually build on tonight. If they went down 7-0 and then they didn't put up a fight at all tonight, then yes. I'm like, cash it in. These guys are cooked, blah, blah, blah. But they fought back tonight. They showed guts. And I actually kind of saw it on Cody Bellinger's face at one point. They just had it. You know, like when you get punched in the nose enough, you finally fight back or you learn how to fight back. And I finally think that the Yankees were just like, enough is enough. I think they finally got so sick of the, hey, it'll turn around and shit. But it's like, yeah, it'll turn around, but you got to do a lot of that. You got to do a majority of the turning around. That's what the turnaround encompasses. The rest of the team doing that. So Anthony Volpe, I'm not going to fucking waste any more breath on him. We're stuck with him, guys. Just for this year, we're stuck with him. Until Lombard Jr. comes up and Jazz can play third and maybe even Lombard can play shortstop, we get a second baseman. But all the answers from the postseason seem like they're going to be coming from inside the house, and Luis Heel is going to be the answer for the starting rotation acquisition, okay? Devin Williams blows it again. Every time he comes into a high leverage situation, it seems like that he is a head case. Now, the airbender pitch that Ben Rice missed, that is not his fault. I get that. That is Ben Rice's fault. He tried to backhand that when you got to get your body in front of that. And that's where they're going to falter and they're going to suffer a little bit because you need to get Ben Rice, his bat, in that lineup. So you need to play him at catcher. And he did come up as AA as a catcher, but he's a little rusty, so he's gonna need to get more reps back there. So in a time that everything needs to be tight defensively, it's a little bit of a liability having Ben Rice working back there. So New York baseball's fucked right now between the Mets. Mets lost again today. I mean, they're on suicide watch, and we're getting close. Let me look at the standings here. Oh boy, I don't even want to look at the standings. Let's look at the standings in Major League Baseball, shall we? Let's go to the AL East. And by the way, it was so funny in the beginning of the year, everyone was talking about how bad the AL East was. Take a look at the winning percentage in the AL East now. Okay? It's one of the strongest divisions in all of baseball right now. You got the Toronto Blue Jays tied for first place, and technically they are a shade above the Yankees now in the win-loss differential between them in the regular season right now. So this is how the AL East, let me kick this up. Remember, I'm working out the bugs. It's like the second time I'm doing this, so I'm starting to get my way around here. All right, let's look at the standings. Get MLB standings, Toronto Blue Jays in first place, shade above the Yankees. Then you got the Tampa Bay Rays are a half game out. And then you got the Red Sox who are, they're Jekyll and Hyde. Look at this. Yankees 4-6. I think they were 2-7 before that. The Tampa Bay Rays came back to earth. They're 5-5. But the Blue Jays, who everybody thought was not going to do anything this year. Let me zoom in for the people on Instagram because I know you're looking on your phone. Let's get in there. So this is the division, guys. And, after it's all said and done, with the month plus that the Yankees have had of dog shit baseball, this is where they're still at. They're still in first place. They're still 10 games above 500. But now is panic time. You got the Yankees and Mets Subway Series coming into town this week, and that's going to be a massacre. Okay, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Let's talk about tonight. But this is so let's take a look around Major League Baseball. Look at who is creeping up. The Houston Astros. No one's been talking about these guys. They got a winning percentage of .600 right now in the dismal AL West. Now look at the AL Central doing AL Central things. The Detroit Tigers with a winning percentage of 621, and then you just have a fall off. So 12 games out. The Yankees were 7 games in front of the Tampa Bay Rays at one point for first place. Now they're tied with the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays, who have a bankroll of about $11. So that's who is giving the Yankees fits right now, this unbelievable franchise that we have that we're paying so much money, paying $84 million to dinosaurs, DJ LeMahieu, Stroman, and Giancarlo Stanton. And this is what we got to show for it. We got a lackluster manager, we have lackluster players, we have lackluster defense, and we have a mediocre attitude. So tonight was not good, and so it's that's about it for me. So hopefully tomorrow they can build on this, and then Aaron Judge, Jason Dominguez all look like they're starting to go right. So I just wanted to thank you guys for coming in and joining us here on the live broadcast. I just wanted to say hi to some people. I want to say hi to Nat. She's always liking my stuff. I appreciate it. Joe, everybody that joined the live feed, I really appreciate it. Just like I said before, done this about twice, so I'm going to work out the kinks. I'm going to have video. I'm going to have people come by, and we're going to talk about games, post and pre-games, and any big news that happens. We're going to go live here on Instagram and try to give you a live interactive show because you guys interact with me in the comment section, but I'd like to give you something to interact with in real time so you have somewhere to vent. This is the place, New York Minute. It's New York sports for New York nuts. I'll check you tomorrow.
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and YouTube.